Okay guys, so we've had a question come in. What is the link between authenticity and embodiment? For me, I'd say that embodiment and authenticity in some way could be synonymous. They could mean the same thing in a sense, you know, like to be embodied is to be authentic, and you can't be authentic without being embodied. Embodiment really is the process of becoming more authentic, we could say. And, you know, authenticity is the result of committing or practicing embodiment. But let's break it down a little bit. Let's look at this. So many of us, we live in a cognitive reality. Let's say we live in our mind. We have an idea of ourselves, a version of ourselves that we take ourselves to be. We project into the world. But the truth is, and we kind of know this for the most part, that isn't us. That isn't how we are moment by moment. It's just a version that we want people to see, to make ourselves feel important, to make ourselves feel validated, to get love and to feel safe. That's often the version of ourselves in our heads that we have, and that's what it wants. That's what it wants. So the version of ourselves in our head is always seeking, always looking on some level to get and receive and get and receive. And of course, if you're always looking to get something, if you're always seeking to be right or to win, a debate, or to get, greed or something like that, if you've got these intentions and motivations, you can never really be authentic. You can never really meet somebody as they are and as you are, because there's always a hidden, I'm saying hidden in quotations, but I wish there was one for exclamation marks, because like the hidden is like the big word, not quotation. So hidden agenda in capital letters, lots of exclamation marks at the end. The hidden agendas, and anything that is hidden is not going to be authentic. It doesn't correlate. Authenticity is being exactly as you are, and true to your energy, your expression, your emotion, and your thoughts and your words. You know, we're not trying to fix or auto-correct ourselves to get something. So when we start the process of embodiment, well, we start to discover ourselves in a very real way. We become much more in touch and much more in tune with how we really are. And this is a difficult process. There's nothing more difficult, but there's also nothing more rewarding than the journey of embodiment. There's nothing more difficult in the sense that we have to look at ourselves in a way that we don't want to see ourselves. We don't want to see how we manipulate situations, how we have hidden agendas, how we really do have insecurities, how we are really afraid, how I do feel needy, how I may feel hurt, like whatever it is, it's all of this stuff that we don't want to look at. So that's the difficult part. The good thing is, or the most rewarding aspect of this, is that we don't have to pretend. We don't have to pretend anymore. So life becomes a lot more effortless. And there's something about being authentic. There's something about being as you really are in each moment, that it has a holistic, a wholesome, fulfilling feel to it. There's like no karma attached to it. There's no baggage. There's something which you don't get when you're just coming from this idealized version of yourself. That always the mind always seems to have a backlash on some level. There's always like this like manipulation, control, prediction, tactic, fear, basically, anxiety. But when you're just being authentic, you don't really care so much, because it's like, this is me. That's what I say. That's what I do. That's how it is for me. And people love it as well. Like, it's funny with authenticity, we often find that when you do become more authentic, when you do be as you really are, people respect it. Like, people respect it. If I look over the years at teachers that I've followed, it's definitely the ones I feel are being the most authentic that resonate with me, because there's a trust there. You become a trustworthy person. You know, if people see you as just being honest, which is another word for authentic in a way, then people trust you. People trust you. If you're just a nice guy all the time, people don't trust you. You might think they like you, but they, they certainly don't trust you. They wouldn't rely on you. They don't see you as a stand-up guy and as a solid person. Like, you're not reliable, really. Your persona is on shaky ground. Whereas if you're being honest and authentic, people know you're a person that you can rely on. So in time, or not even in time, like, you get more love, you get more likability, but you're not acting to get love and likability and validation and recognition. Your intentions and motivations are not for that, they are for yourself. So the link, let's go back to the question, the link between authenticity and embodiment is really quite a simple one, that the more we become embodied, the more we become authentic. And authenticity really is the goal of embodiment. And there's layers and layers and layers to embodiment. We have this physical body, this hard and rigid structure that we're all aware of to some extent. We have our feeling body, so this is a little bit more subtle, or maybe a lot more subtle. Feelings like hidden emotions, deep buried pain, or maybe like explosive rage, what's been inside. You've never been angry in 10-20 years, maybe been bitter or resentful, but you've never really been pissed off. So we start to embody that. We embody the physical structure, the emotional structure, and then we start to get a little bit more subtle. We start to get a little bit more into embodying ourselves as everybody, as everybody else, meaning that we stop seeing ourselves as like, this is my body and these are my emotions and this is my world. We start to embody ourselves as the world. We start to embody ourselves as everybody. Everybody's emotion is my emotion. So we don't just start to work on ourselves, we start to work on our wider community, our wider space, our wider field, let's say. And it just keeps on deepening and deepening to the point where, in fact, there is no point. There is no point for me where I've come to and I'm like, this is it, One thing that always stands out for me in this type of work is that embodiment really is an endless journey. Like, I never really see the finished article in sight, and in truth, I don't really either want it or don't want it. It's not about that. It's like fulfilling my embodiment in this moment, whether it be on an emotional, a physical, spiritual, collective level. It really doesn't matter. Just having that moment by moment experience of embodiment is what interests me. It's not getting to some end goal or end point, because what we start to see is, as well, or what I'm starting to see, is that there really is no end point, because everything is here. The little boy when I was a kid is here, the adult is here, the fantasy of ideal self is here, the pain is here. Like, it's all here. Like, it just keeps feeding back into this moment. So there's nowhere really to get. There's no place, there's no destination. It's really is the journey. But without actually getting somewhere. It's not even the journey, I wouldn't know what to call it. The embodiment, the unfolding, the happening, yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope this helps, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now.